So we're gonna get straight into just breaking down this in-depth scissor haircut that we're gonna do. This is gonna be a full scissor haircut. Now the first thing that I wanna do is I wanna wet all the hair. I don't really like cutting this much hair when it's still dry. It's gonna be hard to get control of the hair, hard to section the hair off. But I'm gonna break this down so you never have to struggle with another scissor haircut inside of the barbershop again. So first thing that we need to do is section off the top from the sides. So I'm gonna comb all his hair back and try to find his swirl. And you can see that his swirl is right here. So now this is what's gonna help me separate the top from the sides. You wanna locate that little swirl that's in the back of the head and then connect it to the corner of the hairline. So you can see the corner of his hairline over here. So I'm literally just gonna draw a line with my comb just like this. And you see all the lines that just created? Just grab one of those sections of hair and now you can comb this all over to the side. Bring that all forward. And now we can move on to the next side. Same thing. We have the corner over here. Let me just go and just connect that straight over to the front. And now we just connected, or we just disconnected the sides from the top. Usually go and just twist the hair just to keep that all out of the way. Now what we need to do is create our top line and our bottom line so we know how much weight we want to have in the hair and how long we want to have the hair. Now we're gonna do layers on the sides, so because he wants that flow, right? So what I'm gonna do is just pick the widest part of his head right here, the parietal ridge. You find the parietal ridge by putting your comb like this and seeing where it starts to bend, where the sides of the head starts to go into the top of the head. That's how you find the parietal ridge. So I'm just gonna pull a section of hair from there using the fine teeth of my comb. This just helps me to have a lot more tension when I cut his hair. I'm gonna take off a cool inch, pulling it straight to me. And then now I'm gonna spin the chair and come over here just one section. I can see my section that I've already cut, so I'm just gonna use that as my guide. I'm gonna bring this all the way over here. Every time I move, I'm gonna take one step. This is another step. Following my section from the left, drop the hair. So you can see I have my first part of the U. Now I'm gonna come over here, do the same thing. Grab one section away. I see my guide on the right, cut that length off. And you could either turn the chair or just take a step, really whatever makes you feel more comfortable. Pulling it straight to me, one section at a time. And now you can see we have our top U. Now we need to do the same thing, but we need to do it on the bottom. So I'm gonna go ahead and move all this hair out the way. And I just need one section of hair at the bottom. I'm gonna go pull it towards my stomach, and now I'm gonna take off another inch of hair. Same thing. It's really important that you use the fine teeth of the comb. It's just gonna help you out a lot to make sure you're getting an even cut all the way throughout. Now I'm gonna comb all this hair out the way. Just grab another section at the bottom and take off that same inch of hair. And I'm gonna start to drop this line as I get all the way back here. That way we can still have those wispy bits at the bottom. Comb all this out the way, pull this towards my stomach, and just get that same inch of hair off. And now this part, we're just gonna connect the dots, where I'm gonna connect my top point to my bottom point, and I'll show you what that means. So I'm gonna take a section right here, drag it down, drag this over, and I'm just gonna pull one section. Now you're gonna see my top line that I cut and my bottom line that I cut. All this peak, that's the peak that I'm gonna be taking off. Pull another section down, and this is where we start to get that flow that we really need. Another piece right here, comb all that out the way. Now you can see that my guide is all the way, my bottom line is lower than this section. So I'm just gonna follow it until I get to that point. But now you can see, look, I didn't have it in the first section, now I got it in the bottom section. Comb this all to me and just go section by section. This is gonna help it so the back doesn't look super long. Sometimes when people want that colorish length in the back, we just have it super heavy and we leave a lot of weight. That's gonna be super heavy on somebody's head. It's gonna be super hot. It's a lot better if you just go ahead and you just layer the hair. You can see that's my bottom point right there. You see how easy it is to cut the hair, how easy it is to section the hair because everything's wet. Everything's staying in place versus if the hair would dry, it would be all frizzy and moving everywhere. It's important that whenever you're learning how to cut hair that you use systems. If you use systems, it's gonna help you to not over stress. And right now we're not even worried about the top. We've already sectioned it, we got it out the way. So we can really worry about just whatever we're doing currently. We'll get to the top later on. You know, ultimately, I don't want you guys to run away from these type of haircuts in the barbershop. I want you guys to be able to do them confidently. On this section, I'm gonna start over here just like this. Same thing, just take those same sections. And you can see that when I comb all this back, you see I have that really nice flow and blend. That's exactly what you want. So it's still long enough where it's gonna tuck behind the ear like this, but you still have these wispy bits at the bottom. And that's what we want. Same thing over here, everything's laying super smooth. But you can kind of see, right? Like you might be able to see it, but there's a bit of a line here, right? It's a little bit too much weight. So I'm gonna go here and I'm gonna show you guys why. The reason why is because if I pull this hair out, see there's a little bit length, there's a little bit of weight up here. So I'm gonna come right back here and now I'm pulling the hair a little bit higher and it's gonna let me take some of that weight out. And really just gotta do this in the back. And now you can see it's gonna fall a lot smoother. Same thing over here. I'm getting all of this hair to just tuck right behind the ear and end up into this kind of long, messy bit right here. That's what you want. Now we can get into cutting the top because really that's the majority of the haircut. You're already 80% there. So I'm gonna wet this hair and just comb everything back. This is the part where a lot of barbers struggle because they don't know how to connect the top into, they don't know how to connect the top into the sides. So what we're gonna do is just look at the corner of his hairline and just draw a line all the way back, just like this. And now I can comb all this hair down, all the hair up. And now you can see that underneath this long hair, there's that line that I cut before. And now I can just connect it to that same line that we cut in the beginning. That top U line, that's all I'm gonna blend it into. So now when you see, when I comb all this back, you see how all that's blended and it's flowing really nicely? Same thing. And I'm not drawing this line straight back, I'm drawing it almost like diagonal up into the top of his head. You can see through the hair, you can see where that line's already at. And I get the same effect over here. Now we can comb everything back. Now we're gonna just drop the chair. Now you can look at this right here. See how there's some short hair on the left side and some short hair on the right side? So I just need to cut off this peak. Take another section, pick it up, and cut off that peak. What was happening was his hair was so long and so heavy that it would just fall over to the sides. Versus when his hair is shorter, it's actually gonna sit a lot nicer and just stay on the top of his head. It's not gonna be so long and so heavy that it's gonna go onto the sides. And honestly, the majority of the haircut's already done. Now you can see that here, I'm not cutting it straight across like this. I'm piecing it out. That's just gonna help it to fall a little bit softer, blend in a little bit better. You can see the short hair right there. So now you can see right here, everything's combing back. It's flowing super nice on the sides. You get those wispy bits, but everything is tight and tucked right there with the shape of the haircut. And now, all we gotta do is dry it, and I could just show you guys more of the final result.
Yeah, my mom got me olive oil. I forgot the olive oil.
Now for his bottom neckline, just to go ahead and line it up, I'm going to use this tool right here. This is called a feather razor. It's just going to help to leave more of a natural finish to this bottom hairline instead of lining it up. So I'm going to hold my comb to keep the hair in place. And I'm just going to go ahead and just hit just the ends of his hair. That way I can still line it up so it has a shape. So like nothing's going to be longer than anything else. But it's not going to look like lined up with a trimmer. It's going to be a lot softer. So now we're going to use some sea salt spray from Tomb 45. And we're going to use some destructible clay to style my client's hair. Now you guys can see the finished result. Now this haircut took me about 30 minutes inside of the barbershop to do, guys. This system is great just for giving you great quality haircuts, but in an efficient time. So you can actually lock in clients like this. And these videos are super fun to film. So if you guys like these videos, please engage with the video in some way, whether it's a share, a like, or a comment. That way it tells me to film more of these videos for you guys, because I love doing it. All right. I'm not the best barber in the world, but this works for me. And I will see you guys on the next one. Now you guys can see my client's reaction. We did it. Hip hip. Hooray. Sharp. You happy? I'm happy.